You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live. Next, featuring intimate and in-depth interviews with Black Hollywood's next edition of stars and influencers. Black Hollywood Live. Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live, Next.
Yeah. Hey. Hey. It's a club in here
I
today.
would like a stanky leg in this chair, but I can't. I get it.
Okay, you better stink leg. Can't really stanky leg in here. This is like, this is really the club, Alexis.
Hey.
Shout out to the engineer. Got it feeling like the club on a Friday. Club going up on a Friday. Woo.
Going up.
Right. Welcome to another episode of Black Hollywood Live Next, where we talk about everything that you need to know, what's next in the world, so that you can stay ahead of the game in the conversations. I'm one of your hosts, Megan Thomas, at Meg Scoop on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Periscope. Make sure you use the hashtag BHL Next on all of your tweets so we can see what you're saying, because we love your comments and we love that you love watching us. And today, guess what, guys? We have a special guest co-host. This handsome gentleman will be commenting on all of this stuff today. So give it up for James Ward III.
Here I am, and my social handles is James Ward III. I across the board.
Good, that's easy.
Easy
peasy. All right, let's get into some casting news. Let's talk about what's going on in the world. So, The Color Purple has returned to Broadway. Dun, 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 dun. I'm so excited. I know, crowd goes crazy. This time, Jennifer Hudson is Suge Avery, and then Danielle Brooks is also in this. If you've watched Orange is the New Black, she plays Tasty. So she's now also on The Color Purple on Broadway. She plays Sophia. And then we have another lady named Cynthia Erivo, who is, I believe she's British. She's playing Celie. So this should be really good. It's going to be airing. I mean, it just started yesterday. It's going to be going on at the Bernard B. Jacobs Theater in New York until the end of the month. So make sure you guys support that so it can keep going, because I can't make it to New York in this month. And I need it to be there like in 6 months, and then I can go see it. So guys, support it so they'll do more shows.
And I think it's really great, doing a revival. With The Wiz last week, we've seen Black theater reviving.
Right.
And, and The Wiz did really well. There's going to be an encore airing of that on the 19th.
Yes.
And then for everyone that missed that too, the DVD is coming out on the 22nd.
Is
so
it?
We have The Color Purple. If you're in town in New York, you can see it there. There's going to be a DVD for The Wiz. So in case you got to open up that DVR, go get the DVD.
But then here's the one thing about the Color Purple on Broadway that is a little disappointing. God's Trying to Tell You Something and Miss Celie's Blues. Those are the two songs that you remember from The Color Purple. They're not singing. And I was like, those are the main songs. What is this? So I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's but the last version of The Color Purple on Broadway also did not have that song. So I don't know if it's a rights issue or what.
I think it's probably a rights thing. And then, a lot of times we get so used to the movies. Same thing with The Wiz, but the Broadway productions are usually different. And they have different composers and all that. So I'm assuming that's the issue there.
Well, God's Trying to Tell You Something. I need that song in my life.
Because we got to listen to God, right?
Right. All right, let's talk about something else. There's a movie out right now called Creed. You guys check that out. If you haven't, it's amazing. It's adding to the franchise of Rocky, but now we see what happens with Apollo Creed's son, Adonis, which is really, really cool spinoff from the Rocky movies. And, kids of this generation can see Rocky, but not really, you know what I mean? So the director of that movie is a young brother named Ryan Coogler. He's this dude is so hot.
Incredible.
Like, he's amazing. He's very talented. He also directed Michael B. Jordan in Fruitvale Station, which was huge at Sundance, did very well in 2013. Now that he has the success from Creed, they're actually looking to tap him to be the director of the Marvel series movie Black Panther, which is huge. Because I think, usually you've got big name directors who've been directing for a while that do any of the Marvel movies. But this is literally, this is literally his third major movie. The first one being an indie movie, and then of course you've got Creed. So this is awesome, and I hope they do. It's nothing has been solidified yet as of now, but hopefully they do get him. It's going to be amazing, and I think it's very important as well that they do tap a black director for Black Panther, just because of the perspective. Now, not saying that anyone that's not black couldn't do it; they could do it, but I think the perspective is different when you're different. So.
I mean, and it's because with Captain America, I don't know if you saw the trailer that launched, I think, a week ago. It was the first glimpse anyone saw of the Black Panther character in some of the trailer.
Right.
And I believe it's the 50th anniversary of that character from the original comic. So it's got so much, resonance there with our community. I think if you have someone who's brilliant like Ryan Coogler, it's perfect.
Right. And Ava DuVernay actually was tapped to be the director first, but she couldn't do it. So I think they're going to choose him. I hope they do. Hope everything works right. Also, Chadwick Boseman, who's been Jackie Robinson, he played James Brown. He's going to be the main character, which I think his name is T'Challa from the fictional nation of Wakanda. I was like, oh, that sounds like a real place, Wakanda.
It's quite interesting. The fans of the comic world,
Wakanda.
I can't.
Fake African countries sound
or
real.
continents, as
I know, right?
As Raven Simone said.
So sad. But yeah, you can check Black Panther out. And it will be out February 2018. So we've got a while before that happens. Don't forget about it. You got like 2.5 more years.
Put it on the calendar now.
I know, put on your calendar, put it in your phone. Okay, so tell us what's going on with the music right now.
Music world. Well, we've got, I don't know if you're familiar with Lady Leshurr, but she's from England. She's got this kind of, style that's Caribbean, but to me, she sounds like a mix of Santo Gold and Nicki Minaj.
Ooh.
With a little Missy spin on it.
Okay, let's hear this.
Let's check it.
Where I'm from, 01 to the 21. Yo, brethren, where is your hairline gone? I can't believe it. I can't believe the cheek. Some girls wake up and don't even brush their teeth. That's a dead thing. That's a bad breath thing. Morning. How could you talk my name and you ain't even brushed your teeth? Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth.
Yes! Brush your teeth.
Make sure you brush them teeth.
Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. I love it.
I love it. One thing I really liked about her, her energy, her flow is very unique.
Right.
But she also seems to be very obsessed with hygiene, which is good. Brush those teeth. So basically, she's known. Her video became viral. This one got close to 13 million views.
Okay.
It's the 4th part in a series that she's calling Queen's Speech. And if any of you guys have checked out any of her music before, you can see on Queen's Speech that in the 3rd one, she's talking about change your panties.
So basically like hygiene stuff that ladies should know.
Exactly. In Queen's Speech, too, she's talking about someone's weave smell like cornbread. No, I know a lot of girls, and I'm trying to. I like cornbread, so I'm trying to figure out how does someone's weave smell like cornbread.
I feel like that would be a good thing, but I don't think
maybe.
I know what smell she's talking about, but that's not a cornbread smell. Maybe that's how cornbread smells in the UK, but that's not how cornbread smells in the US. I would not categorize that smell as cornbread.
But one thing I like about her too is that she's able to, I feel like, embody female empowerment. I mean, she's calling herself a queen. She's got this Queen Speech series. Without being salacious, you know what I mean. But her lyrics are not very vulgar or anything, but she's still flowing. And I think one of the things that people really love her about is all her raps are freestyle.
Oh wait, so this was a freestyle as well?
Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, she freestyled at first and they shot the video, but it was a freestyle.
Wow,
and she blew up from this Queen Speech series.
That's dope. You know what else? I was looking at that. I saw something about the video where you see her walking down this street. They literally did it in one take. And it's funny because you'll see people passing by in cars looking like, why is this girl walking?
Cooper drive by and he's like,
right.
what?
The guy's looking like, why is she walking in the street with this camera? Like,
and then they improv'd it well, because then next thing you know, they must have had someone directing her in the back. And next thing you know, she just moves onto the sidewalk.
Right.
And I think she's brilliant. And one of her influencers is Missy Elliott, and I can totally see that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What else do we have going on?
Next we have Ryan Nicole Brown. So everyone knows about Adele. What she sold over 3 million copies of in like the first week.
Right.
So Ryan Nicole Brown and Major did a duet cover. And I think it was very smart of them to capitalize on such a popular artist and do something different. Most people do covers, it's just them, but they did a duet. And Ryan Nicole Brown, we know her from Lincoln Heights. She had a lead role on there. So she's been a fan favorite. Right. Everyone loved her. Like, it's a fan favorite. And now she's transitioning into music. She's recording her EP. So let's take a look at this now.
outside. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking.
Hello, Megan. Hello.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Hello?
like, so.
Are you there? Hello.
I'm like, no, I'm supposed to have been talking over that. I'm just staring at it because it's so like captivating.
It is. I mean, the way it was shot, the post production, the editing, their juxtaposition together. It's
right.
It's really, I think it's a really cool way they did that, and they launched it on November 6th, and they've gotten over 100,000 views already on YouTube. So
that's dope.
You know, congrats to them.
Yes, shout out to Ryan. I know Ryan. Ryan goes to my church. Hey, girl.
Yeah, we went to school together at SC, so she's a good friend of mine, and Major's my frat brother. So hey, shout out Alphas.
Yeah. and I've seen Major's dope as well. I've seen him perform a few times. He's got a very like 1950s, 60s vibe to his music. It's really, really dope, but he mixes it with like hip hop now. In
a contemporary style.
Right.
And he almost has a John Legend kind of undertone to his music, and I like that.
Right. So yeah, you guys check that out. That is so dope. I love it. Let's talk about what's next in families in the world. Of course, everyone knows the big news that Kanye West and Kim Kardashian had their son, and they named him Saint West. Oh, praise the Lord. And yeah, so apparently Kim named him that because she had a lot of issues during her pregnancy. She seems to have rough pregnancies, and because he's such a blessing, they decided to name him Saint. And I was like, ha, his initials are SW, Northwest, Southwest. Ha.
Smart, right? They didn't think of that, but you know, I think the name itself, Saint West, actually, as much as I sometimes get tired of talking about the Kardashians, I think they already thought about the brand. That sounds like a designer. It sounds like a celebrity to me instantly. Saint West.
I know, absolutely. And I think they already snatched up the Twitter, like before they announced the name, they snatched everything up.
Wow.
Which is smart. I read an article about that because, you know, nowadays you should be thinking about that. The world that we live in, our children will grow up in a world that's full of technology, social media. So, yeah, I think they went ahead and did that before they announced.
That's smart. And,
so that, you know no one, because as soon as they announced, everybody's like, oh, let me go grab, oh, they already got it.
No fake profiles for anybody else.
Right.
But I think, I think they're smart. I would not believe if the momager, Kris Jenner, had nothing to do with that name either. They're all living in the house. Did you read that? They're all living together.
Yeah, they are all living together right now. They're staying at one of Kris's homes. They're just doing the family thing. I think that's cute. And the other thing about them is that as much as they're in front of the camera, they did not have any cameras present when he was born.
Which is a surprise.
Very big surprise. Yeah, absolutely. And they also said, they didn't want him to be in any of their reality shows for a while. So they kind of did that with North. They didn't, for the first year of her life, we didn't see her. And then they slowly start letting her be in like family on the specials for the show, the reality show. So now I think they might do the same with the baby boy. We'll see. Because there's no way he's not going to be on anything. That's just not the Kardashian way.
But babies are blessings, so congrats to the West.
Congrats. Yay. All right, let's talk about the next big thing. What's going on? There's a couple of new apps that we're going to talk about. The first one is a new app for high schoolers called After School. Now, it sounds like it probably would be a good thing, right? After school,
study hall.
Well, actually, so this new, the new thing about this is that the kids are embracing this app because they can share their thoughts anonymously and parents cannot see it. So the difference is on Facebook, like when we were growing up, Facebook came out, we were like in college.
It was only for college students.
It was only for college students, and we loved it because we could like say whatever and we didn't have to worry. Like, it was new, so it wasn't like every college was on there at all anyway. But it was so new that you could say whatever you wanted. Now Facebook has transitioned into a place where our parents are on there.
Employers look.
Right. And aunties, uncles, people that you're just like, okay, well, let me not say everything I want to say. And so now After School has become what Facebook used to be when it first started, because the only way that you can get onto this app is that you have to have a high school Facebook page. So it verifies, I think I don't know if it's your email address, but anyway, it uses Facebook and your status on Facebook. So you can, if you create a high school profile, I think there's an algorithm they can tell that you're fake. And if you're a parent trying to spy, like, you can't even get on this app. So it's a little scary because now we have kids, on there. So far they've been, it's supposed to be a place where they can share their feelings, like, some examples are kids talking about how do I come out, or how do I talk to my parents about this?
It's supposed to be a safe space.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a safe place for them to talk, but then it's also turned into a place for bullying.
And that was my immediate thought, Megan, was whoever thought about this, I get the intention, a safe space to talk about things you can't. But the first thought I had was this just creates another space where people cannot be identified.
Right.
And to be cyberbullies. And we've seen kids over the years, especially this younger generation, who are all over social media, get extremely bullied, and some people take their own lives. It gets very serious. And I think this younger generation needs to watch Mean Girls. Like, have they not heard of the burn book? It is not a good idea. Like, this is a safe burn book where people can't get called to the principal's office.
Exactly, because there's literally no names there. You can say whatever.
None.
I think one girl had her phone number put up there, and all this mean,
and then
nasty
perverts
stuff
are calling her and sending her inappropriate pictures, and she had to change her number, and I don't think it's good.
So we'll see what happens with this app, just so you guys stay alert, because the kids is talking about it, so you know about it. There's another app that's out that I am so excited about.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
It's the Girl Scout Cookie app. It's called Digital Cookie, and it's really, really good because there's a couple of things about it. First of all, have you ever thought, like now that I'm an adult and I've lived in a city where I didn't grow up in, it's sometimes hard for me to find Girl Scouts to get my Samoas. I need my Samoas.
That's my favorite too.
Yes, I get like 4 boxes. I used to be a Girl Scout.
Me too, guys. Me too. That's my favorite cookie of all time.
Yes, I love it. And so sometimes I'm like, okay, well, when are the Girl Scouts going to be in front of the grocery store so I can buy them? Because I don't know a whole lot of Girl Scouts. But this app allows you to see where they will be. So they can post in there, we'll be at this grocery store at this time on this day, so you can come through and get your cookies. So that's awesome. And then the other thing is it allows the girls to have more of a hands-on digital sense when it comes to their business. So they're teaching them how to be entrepreneurs with selling cookies. How
in the world that's changing.
Exactly. And so they can have their own mini website where they can sell their cookies there, and they can give people links and say, hey, if you want to buy my cookies here, here's the link. You can do it online, and I'll bring the cookies to you or whatever. And
I think it's really smart. It's an age now where we're moving all to digital platforms. Right. Even now when I go to the barber, I don't carry cash. Most of my barbers have the Square. I don't carry cash anymore. I'm just swipe it up. So, and I read too that since they started this app, because this year it's the version 2.0, so they've upgraded.
Right, it was a little slow the first year, a little raggedy.
In the first year alone, they were able to increase their orders by 350,000.
Right,
and which was a profit of nearly $2.5 million.
It's so dope.
So it's great.
Right. And so I think now they're looking for selling nearly like 3 million cookies.
Wow.
Like with the app.
That means we got to hit a lot of hills.
I know, right? Or just be happy and fat.
Hey, either way.
Make sure you guys also support our sponsors. If you love this show, then love our sponsors so that we can keep doing this show. DraftKings.com is an amazing website for all of you guys who love fantasy football. I'm a big fantasy football person. I play in 2 leagues every year, and I have for the past 10 years. But the thing about fantasy football, do you play at all, James?
I don't, but I hear all about it. It's all the rave.
Okay, so the thing that about it that sucks is that you have to pick your team for the entire season, which is what, it's like real football. You know, everyone who's on your team's on your team unless they get hurt. But for DraftKings, it's a little different because it goes week to week. You can pick a whole new team every single week, so you don't have to get plagued with people that are hurt or out, like my Peyton Manning. I'd have to kick him off my team. But yeah, it's amazing. And you can win huge prizes. Join an existing league, or you can have one with your friends and share some of the $1 billion in prizes that are up for grabs this year. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time, you guys. Hurry to DraftKings.com now. Use our promo code BLACK, BLACK, for obvious reasons, and play for free with your first deposit in Sunday's $1 million fantasy football contest. First place takes home $100,000 and a lifetime of bragging rights, of course. Enter BLACK for free entry now only at DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
And people win that money.
Yeah, no, they really do.
Yeah.
They really win. It's amazing. I'm gonna get on there. I should have.
You should recruit me.
I know, now that we have a promo code, we can play for free. Whoop whoop.
I'm gonna enter that today.
Done.
All
right, James, thank you so much for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having me.
So much fun with you. Where can people find you on social media?
Again, at James Ward III. That's James Ward III across. That's Instagram, Twitter, the whole thing.
Perfect. I'm Megan Thomas at Meg Scoop on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Periscope. Hit me up because I want to know what you guys think. I like hearing from you. And also, if you ever have any comments or want to see any guests on the show, make sure you use the hashtag BHL Next so we can see all of that stuff. Until next week, guys. Bye.
Later.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live. the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live. Scipio, Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.